everyone, I hope you are all doing well. Honestly, I'm feeling exhausted today, but on an energetic level, I'm kind of buzzing. And this is the energy that I've been feeling. It's very suitable for this new moon, new beginnings. There's a solar eclipse and also summer solstice. So there's a lot of energy going on, and I feel like if you have been feeling stagnant or stuck, there is going to be change and movement very soon for the collective as well. Before I forget to mention it, we're reading energy here, so take everything as it resonates. Time is not linear, so I'm not reading any future. I'm just reading energy, and the same is for the divine masculine, divine feminine, or when I mention these are energies that are present in each of us. So yeah, take it as it resonates. Let's get into it. Something is shifting, and like there has been this buildup of energy, and probably you have been feeling that as well. I know I've been feeling it. My crown chakra is super sensitive and open. I actually like to wear something on my head right now. I will do it after this video. Let's see what is shifting. I want to see in this video what we are leaving behind and what we are moving towards to. And let's see first what is shifting. What is shifting? Using the Oracle deck, the Light Secret Language of Light Oracle deck. Oh, way too many, guys. There are two cards coming out, both relating to light. Just want to show you. I'm not gonna take this. Just want to have one card, please. One card, please. What is shifting? I don't know. I feel a hesitancy here, but maybe some of us don't really want something to shift, but it really is, if you are holding on to things as they are, attaching energy is usually causing suffering in our lives, because inadvertently things are changing all the time. Okay, this one I'm taking. Whispers. How subtle this is. I am curious because it's I feel the energy build up is so bold and big and like paradigm shifting, but what is shifting here is whispers, which is actually very subtle. Interesting. I wonder if something that is like a whisper right now is becoming very loud. So let's see what is happening. Oh, I always, in these cards, I always, the longer you look at it, the more that you'll see. And my eye is pulled towards this snake-like serpentine, moving towards this star, which looks like three triangles, which is symbolic for the divine masculine and the divine feminine, looking like they are harmonized in here. So there's some, it reminds me of Kundalini energy waking up. Yeah, Kundalini energy waking up. And like really like two snakes dancing together as the divine feminine and the divine masculine. Snakes are also very healing energy, and working together, and then they integrate together in this Star of David, if you can see it. Okay, I want to pull another oracle card for what are we leaving behind with this shift? What is left behind using the Sacred Rebel oracle deck for this? Way too many cards. It's maybe just like this waterfall energy, right? Just like lots of energy bursting through. What are we leaving behind? What is the collective leaving behind in this shift? What are we moving away from? What are we no longer holding on to? Okay, this one. Focus on the light. Okay, that is funny. I actually did another try of this reading before this one, and then I felt called to do another reading. It didn't feel right, and this card came out as well. So focus on the light, and let's see what we are moving towards to. It's a very, look how she is holding that light in her hands. It looks like very young, new, fragile energy. It's just really like very tenderly holding it. Just like it's like a whisper. Like if you squeeze it, it's gone, right? It's fragile. And using the mystical shaman. What is it? Mystical shaman oracle to see what energy we are moving towards to or embracing. I actually do feel like I need to take this one. The rattle. Going from a whisper to something that is rattling, like possibly waking something up in the collective. Okay, I'm going to read these, each of them, and then I like to pull some tarot, I think. So start with the focus on the light card. Is 3-7. Hold the card up while I read it. A tremendous force of light is gathering around you. It is attracted to the purity of your intention to create from your heart. As your intention grows, so does the light. As the light grows, so does your intention. Magic wants to happen for you now. The synchronicity, perfect timing, opportunities and information that are needed will seem to be drawn right to your door. You may start to feel as if you cannot walk outside without stumbling into something helpful, wonderful and inspiring. That is some great energy. You might be startled as this interplay of light with your heart evokes many new successes and attracts an abundance of opportunities your way. You may need to adjust as the field of light grows stronger and its effects become more palpable. It may bring rather dramatic improvements into your world. You may be uncomfortable or feel out of your depth with these changes. This would be understandable, but it would be a shame for you to hold on to that resistance for anything more than a brief moment. Any resistance or fear will inhibit the continuing free flow of the light so that it can manifest its beauty through you in the physical world where it's needed. And do I need to read on? Yeah, I'll read the last paragraph here as well. Oh, it's super long. No, I think this is what I'll be reading. I think this is what I think this is what I needed to read. So, since this is the energy that we're leaving behind us, it is something has woken up within ourselves, and because that has woken up inside us, we also recognize it in the world around us, right? And since we're leaving behind us, I don't feel we're turning our back to these opportunities and light coming in, like all this yummy energy coming in. I feel like we have been doing the integration, whereas perhaps some big changes, like it made us feel uncomfortable as well. It may actually make us doubt whether this is what we wanted, especially with the healing work. Because when we start to heal ourselves, at first it doesn't feel good at all. It really is bitter and dark, and you kind of want to spit it out. But if you do continue on your self-healing journey, you'll find that light and you find that expansion within yourself, and you see that reflected within your world. I'm often doing this because my nose is itchy, and I know from other readers too, is when you're channeling, like your nose gets itchy, and I don't know why that is. Okay, that was the bit that I needed to read for that card, and I do want to read the whole. I love these cards. I don't pick them up often, but there seems to be such a potent energy that I felt I needed to pick up these mystical shaman cards. And something is like really like, yeah, I feel like waking up. So we're leaving behind. We have done healing. We have done integration, and we're moving onto something that is like quietly present to something that becomes more loud. That's how it feels. So like how these lights are very subtle, pestle-like, they become more earthy and more bold here, right? Yeah, this is like the colors of the Manipura, where we have our confidence or heart chakra and our root chakra. Very like it's grounded, like where it's like we're still. It's just gonna read this, but where we are kind of just like being gentle with ourselves and self-parenting and healing. That work is done now, and now that is integrated. There's space for our action with the rattle, I think. Let's see what the book says. 43, 437. That means anything for you numerologically wise. Okay, I will hold up the card for you. The rattle, the essence. The rattle is a spirit collar, carrying the shaman's prayer to the 4 directions. The body of the rattle is like the earth spinning on its axis. With the aid of the rattle, the medicine woman instills a desired destiny in her future, closing with the prayer. Great Spirit, may your will be done. The rattle guides us to pray for all the earth, not just for our personal needs. When we offer our prayers for the highest good of all, everything we need is provided for us. That is beautiful, because that is what we see here, right? That it's not the healing that we're doing for ourselves. It's not just for us. It's for the world. It's for the earth, like the roses, flower and trees. I like that. The invitation. A little bit clumsy today, I feel. The rattle comes to invite you to work with the tools of spirit, but be careful. They are very sharp and can hurt you and others if they are not used mindfully. Set your old tools aside and take up the drawing instruments of spirit. You are consciously stepping into partnership with the divine. This is a time for courageous deeds. Do not let your hesitation get in the way of your expression. Yeah, so this is where there is action coming into our world. Listening to our souls whispering what that action needs to be. That before we did this healing and integration, we couldn't really hear those whispers. Or if we did hear them, we didn't trust them. And now we have done that healing. There is some, like, we have a whole, with that healing that we've done, we have a whole new tool set available to us to help us bring action into the world from a very healthy space, from our hearts, not from our mind, or from responsibility or guilt or whatever we feel obliged to do for others. The medicine of this card. You want to catch God on the whisper. Wow. That's being loud. I like that whisper synchronicity here. You want to catch God on a whisper, not on a shout. What you are trying to craft to your own desires and expectations is already there, standing before you. Do not spin the world to your own benefit. You are being offered the Creator's tools, which must be put to use to serve a divine purpose. Yeah, so whatever whispers we have possibly been aware of throughout our lives, but not been able to manifest or create from the space, it really feels a little bit like a climatic shift that we're going through. And I'm repeating myself here again, but like really like that healing is making us, is preparing us to finally like really act from those whispers. And those whispers is our higher self telling us what we are supposed to be doing here on this earth. So if you and it's so subtle, right, to know what you're supposed to be there are so many voices that are telling you what you're supposed to do, and you become sensitive to listen to your own inner voice. That's valuable. I want to have a look just a little bit. I'm gonna pull some tarot to tell me a little bit more about focus on the light. I'm gonna pull 3 cards. Tell me more about focus on the light. Why are we leaving this behind us? Tell me more about focus on the light. It is also like 3-7. It is 10, which is completion. 10 is also 1, which is about ourselves. New beginnings, closing up cycles. A light that can shine within us, and because it can shine within us, it can also shine without. Okay, we have a Hermit energy here, and it came out with a Hierophant. That is interesting. I want to pull one more card. 2 masculine energies. I'm saying masculine because there are 2 male figures on the cards. One pull one more card. They're both very spiritual cards, these guys, and Major Arcana. Tell me more about focus on the lights. Tell me more about focus on the lights. This one, Queen of Cups. I love this. I love this. So this card was on top, so I think it was first. So this is the inner journey, focusing on that light, right? Focus on the light. And this is an inner journey where we are finding wisdom within. This is a very spiritual card. This is where we retreat from any outward input. So really to become sensitized to whatever is living within us. This is the Hierophant, which is the priest, is also very spiritual. And it doesn't have to be in like the religious way per se. And I feel like it may just be like a spiritual teacher that has come towards you in this spiritual growth journey that you have engaged in. It is also a card for me that is representing the old, like conservative energies that are trying to hold on to things as they are supposed to be, and also a very patriarchal, hierarchical society that this represents. And that's why I really love this Queen of Cups here, and they're all moving into like the same direction, like it really is like a progression. Do you see that too? Queen of Cups. And this Queen of Cups specifically, and I've been seeing this before, like the way she's holding her hand on her belly, I feel she may be pregnant. So perhaps like a seed. I don't know if there is anything like a pregnancy like perhaps you are about to be pregnant or you became pregnant or you recently heard that, and I do feel like more it is about the energy that you are about to birth, where you are ready, like from being retreated within yourself. You are here, a mature queen who is really in touch with her feelings. And the Queen of Cups for me is somebody who can fill her own cup, who is very independent, but in a very warm, open, nourishing way. And her mind and heart space are collaborating. They're very much aligned, very balanced. So there may even be on like personal level, maybe some pregnancy and marriage going on with these two cards. But I feel more this is the energy that you are about to birth for yourself, whatever whatever you're going to bring into the world with the rattle. Okay, let's see what the rattle is about. What is the rattle about? What is the rattle about? Tell me more about the rattle. The energy that we're moving towards to. Tell me more about the rattle, please. Okay. Death. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, tell me more about the rattle, please. Please tell me more about the rattle. And two cards at once. I will take these two. King of Pentacles and Justice in reverse. So King of Pentacles and then Justice in reverse as last. So this is the death of everything that we are leaving behind us as we know it. That is the shift. This is also in this reading, the death is representing here everything that was withholding us from hearing the whispers of our soul. And because that part of us is like let go of or dying, we are actually able to hear this whisper, which is indication of rebirth, which we can actually even see with this Queen of Cups here. And sorry, then I feel like it is the King of Pentacles. Yeah, because that one came out first. This is a masculine energy, who is very, I don't know, maybe this is the king that has most feminine qualities within him, in the sense that he is very nourishing and generous and very stable energy that is very loving and nourishing. Did I already say that? Nourishing. A nourishing king. And the fact that it is a pentacle, it's very earthy energy. So this is where it like whatever we've been working on in self-healing, where it is something from like a mental understanding, integrating it in our heart, in our soul, in our body, in a way that we can walk the talk. This is somebody who is walking their talk. It's very a grounded energy, that has arrived. And then there is Justice in reverse. So it looks like it is something, it probably, and I feel like this is where the rattle comes in, is in the way that sorry, this is so itchy. In the sense that a rattle, like rattling the cage, the transition that is the transition that we are individually going through and collectively is shaking up the foundations for whatever we're leaving behind. And in our personal level, this may be the people right around us. They may experience some injustice, and perhaps you are experiencing injustice by the way that people are responding to whatever growth you're going through, because you are finally listening to the whispers of your soul. Not everybody will appreciate this. And as a collective moving through this transition, there will be parts in the collective that are not liking it, and that don't like to go through this death and rebirth process. Then maybe even like looking at this abundance and groundedness with that is unfair. Like, how did you get that? That's not the way that you're supposed to be getting that kind of abundance. Like, that's not the way to do it. So this is the effect, right? Like, if something is changing, there will be a response to it. So I feel like this is happening both, and even possibly within us, within ourselves, that there is some sort of self-doubt, whether this is actually like a disbelief almost. 26 minutes. I do want to clarify each of these cards, and I will be doing that with the Rider-Waite. Tell me more about the Hermit. Tell me more about the Hermit. Please tell me more about the Hermit. Okay. 9 of Cups. You're shedding light with it's 2 nines, by the way. 9, 9. And 9 is a solo energy. You're alone here, although there's so many cups. Feel like you're ready to receive, but something is holding you back to be truly open to start to pour the wine for all the guests to come in. And you're shedding light on that. It looks like the Hermit energy, what you are exploring and possibly what is holding you back are the relationships that you have around you and the give and take that has been taking place in that, and you find some clarity about that. Let's have a look about the Hierophant. Tell me more about the Hierophant. Knight of Swords. This is a very swift energy, as you can see, with this horse running, and somebody who is ready to bring truth to the table. I don't know if you say it that way. So I do feel like this has something to do with rushing to unveil illusions, to show the true nature of the matrix that we are living in. And it is somewhat of an immature energy. It's not a king or a queen. And yeah, it's definitely the way that the knight is moving is towards the past. So also bringing truth to in communication about all these relationships. So that is like the forgiveness and the honesty that I mentioned, I think, at the beginning of this video. If I didn't, these are definitely themes that are very present at this time in our relationships. Queen of Cups. Tell me more about the Queen of Cups, please. Tell me more about the Queen of Cups. Why is the Queen of Cups here? The High Priestess. Oh, that's beautiful. I really like that. That 2 for me shows, in this case, like there may be some balancing needed. But I feel like it's with the High Priestess, Major Arcana, another Major Arcana. This is where whatever was in our shadow is coming to the light, and what was in our shadow is all the emotions. And because the High Priestess is inner knowing that has been with us all along. That is that whisper that we haven't been listening to. And because we have been focusing on the light, we have been shedding light on our shadow side, everything that wasn't seen. We have been transmuting feelings that we have repressed for a long time, that we have been aware of on like a subconscious level or intuitive level, and we're moving from where things are like a very dualistic place to a place of more alignment, where everything is present and felt and experienced. Very intuitive. Let's have a look at this. I hope my battery is making it. There's got an indication that the battery is about to die. This is the death card, as we're clarifying the death card here. Tell me more about the death card. Yes, I like this. This is, for me, this is like a self-sabotaging card. This is where you are trying to get ahead, and from a mind space, like the fear of not getting enough, of not being enough, of other people getting more if you're not taking action right now. The fact that it's reversed, this is what we're letting go of. All like the self-sabotaging and negative self-talk. And I like that. That is what is dying. Walking away from that. Show me more about the King of Pentacles. Tell me more about the King. Oh yeah, and so just to be very clear, this is all the sabotaging energy that blocked us from hearing those whispers as a High Priestess. King of Pentacles. Tell me more about the King of Pentacles. Tell me more about the King of Pentacles. Why is the King of Pentacles here? This one? Letting go of burdens with the 10 of Wands. Yeah, I really feel like it, like some sort of like communal energy around this suddenly, like perhaps where, you know, like this is like this very solo energy, and like this king likes to be around, like surrounded with other people. Like it's a party king. Like it's not like this 9 of Cups, like being alone. Although this king is alone in his chair, but this is almost like a big disco ball ready to party for all the people to come in. And I feel like whereas before there was this mentality of like believing, like one of these swords, believing that we need to carry everything by ourselves, that we have to do everything by ourselves. And also all like what we're leaving behind is like all the like guilt, like everything that we do out of guilt or out of the fear to be abandoned. This king is not worried about that. He just does what he loves doing, and what he loves doing, he loves to share with others. That is like where that light, that inner light, if you listen to the whisper, that inner light, when it really starts to radiate out. Okay, let's have a look at that Justice in reverse. Tell me more about Justice in reverse. What about Justice in reverse? Ace of Swords in reverse. Okay. Yeah, this is a truth. Like this is truth. This is possibly lies. So, and I mean, Lady Justitia is usually holding like scales and a sword, and she is not holding a sword here. And this sword that shows up, I think this is a beautiful coincidence or synchronicity, is her symbolism. Something is coming to light on a collective level that is not true. That lies have been told to us, and I think that is happening. It is coming to the light because collectively we are no longer holding on to lies that we've been holding on to ourselves. So it is really, how do I explain this? Because we become so sensitized to how it feels for ourselves to operate from a true mode of operation that is very sensitized to listen to those whispers. Everything that is loud and too shiny will feel like it is not true. It will feel inauthentic. So because it is like inauthentic, and it on an individual level it feels inauthentic, it will do so on a collective scale as a lot of people are waking up to their own sensitivities. There is whatever the patriarchy or our institutions have been telling us just becomes something that feels inauthentic, not real. So yeah, I feel like there's some sort of like there's really like this what is shifting is definitely rattling the cage that we have been building around us, that like we believed was keeping us safe, but we really recognize here that we've been living in a cage, that we've been living in a prison, and we don't no longer want that. And that cage is built out of lies. Huh, that's pretty intense. I didn't see that coming. I'm going to wrap this up, and what deck I'll be using for that. Moon cards or... Okay, I'm gonna use them both. I'm gonna pull one of each because I was thinking moon cards or animal spirit deck. They're both pulling on me, so I'm gonna take one of each. What is advice that is Spirit leaving us with in regards to this shift from what is it? Yeah, just like from living in a cage, waking up to the fact that you are living in a prison, and where it is coming to light what each and every one of those lies are, which have been constituting that cage. And it is more, I feel like it's more than we ever imagined. Just waking up to it again and again and more. Okay, your hard work is paying off. Yeah, that is that healing that you're doing, that inner work that you do. And continue to do so. Continue to do so. Keep listening to those whispers. And what else has Spirit to advise or extra message? The Animal Spirit deck. Dream the world into being. This card has showed up last week, I think. Yeah, this is like, I really like it. That is like when you listen to that whisper, it, you know, like that whisper may come to you in daydreams, when you're sleeping in dreams, And we'll realize that the world that we are living in is a dream too, and you realize that it's a nightmare, and that we have the power to create a dream that makes us happy, that is in align with our soul's whisper. Okay, I'm gonna leave it with that. I hope this reading was helpful for you, and I hope to see you soon again.